Welcome to the National Stadium in Singapore. We have reached the main event, Game 45, the Cup Final on the HSBC World Rugby 7 Series. Your referee tonight is refereeing his first ever Cup Final on the series. It's Jordan Way. And there's the star man, Perry Baker. One try to become the leading scorer on the series this season. It's a North American takeover in Singapore. United States v Canada. Cup final. Matt Mullins up to the halfway line. Hideyama, he's been brilliant all weekend. Offload. Lucas Hammond. Harry Jones. Breaking through, early doors for Canada is Matt Mullins. Baker's after him, but Mullins outpaces Perry Baker. And Canada strike first.
Well, he made a break earlier on in the piece that Matt Mullins. It was a strong one. He does it for a second occasion. Look at him, long and lanky, just striding out of the missed tackles. Perry Baker just ran out of real estate to pull them in. But what a start by this Canadian team.
Well, what a start from Canada here. They've already beaten New Zealand and England today. And here's Nathan Hideyama. Conversion goes wide. 5-0, Canada lead.
What's been a real feature of this Canadian team, and I think this guy's had a lot of part to play in the Damien Grant, is their support play. It has been brilliant all weekend long. Mike Friday, well, he's won and been to the big dance before. He knows what it takes.
In the words of Gareth Rees, English coaches, American beef. Here's one of them, Danny Barrett. Huge in the semi-final. And they've got the penalty, have the USA.
Well, this USA team, I think their physical approach brought on by their forwards such as Danny Barrett, Ben Pinkelman and Stephen Thomasine has been a real feature.
Falau Niua with the tape across his nose and the headgear, keeping the hair in check. John Moonlight back for Canada. Needs 2 tries to reach 100, there's John Moonlight. Hideyama, Harry Jones, all Canada at the moment, controlling possession. But a big tackle coming in from Ben Pinkelman on Mike Fualefau. Canada retain it. Here's the try scorer, Mullins. Moonlight at scrum half to Hideyama, little right foot step. Can't quite get past Stevie Thomasine. Hammond across to Jones. What a leader he's been for Canada Sevens this season, Harry Jones. Along to another leader, Moonlight, back to Jones, and Harry Jones is away, and the boy from Capilano Rugby Club will score Canada's seconds under the sticks. It's all Canada.
Well, that's his 9th try against the USA, his 80th in the Sevens career, only second to Sean Duke in the Sevens Canadian jersey. He's the one that set up, see here, bides time, using all that experience, gives it to Johnny Moonlight, who equally draws in the last defender, but the support lines, as I said earlier on, Rupert, has been a real feature of this Canadian team this weekend.
Hideyama doesn't miss from there. Well, look at John Moonlight inside to Harry Jones, and there was no one there.
Well, I think at the moment the USA are overcommitting, trying to put too many people in a tackle to use their physicality. They need to get back to a more solid, structured defense.
12-0 Canada lead, and there's why. Passes completed, dominating this gold medal match in the Singapore Sevens. Again, it's Danny Barrett that brings it down for the USA.
Backwards.
Ball's gone backwards, says the referee, and it's gone loose. Fualefau's onto it for Canada. They've got a third. Try awarded. Canada are in Disneyland here.
Well, the juices are flowing from the Canadians at the moment. The steals on the face too. Their own worst enemy at the breakdown there, making a mess at the back and full of fouls. There's no way he was going to lose that race. Oh, what a start for the Canadians. 3 tries up, 2 minutes left in this first half. It has flown by.
Hideyama with the extra 2, no problem. Well, 3 tries to none, 19-0. Canada lead. What an upset this would be on a weekend of shocks in Singapore.
Look at that tackle attempts by the USA, 11 of them missed nearly half of them. You cannot do that in a cup final. They've got to rectify that real quick.
Again, Danny Barrett brings it down. The USA need to try and hold on to the ball. Thomasine. Loose pass, Martin Yosefo. Yosefo steps inside. Offloads back to Thomasine. Over the top to Barrett. Thunders over the halfway line does Danny Barrett. Finally brought down, but it's gone forward in the tackle. And here come Canada, more possession for them. Hammond. Mullins. Back to Hammond. Niua with the tackle that time. Let go, says the referee. Play on now. Here's Perry Baker. Perry Baker's in some space. All the pace in the world, but Moonlight showed him the inside. And the prince of wingers, Perry Baker, goes top of the season try-scoring charts. That's his 40th in 8 events.
Well, if anyone could get this USA team back in it, that's Perry Baker. But look at the hard work done there at the breakdown by Thomasine. One of the forwards of the tournament gives it to the man of the moment. Perry Baker was never going to be stopped. He is a super freak.
Just when you needed someone to give you something. That man, Perry Baker, the phenomenon from Florida, gets it done. 1 ahead of Dan Norton this season. So the USA back in it. 19-7. Canada lead. Niua. A little bit long on the restart that time for Niua. Allows Canada to bring the ball down. And here's Filefau, one of the try scorers for Canada. And look at Bill Pinkelman. Urgency from the USA. And Thomasine has some open space. Can he get past Hammond? Reaches out. Stephen Thomasine. Has he got the USA second try?
I've got a tackle complete. Are you happy that it's in the same motion?
Yeah, happy with it?
Happy it's in the same motion? Thank you.
Try awarded. USA are back, big time.
Oh, Liao Niua came in and absolutely smoked this one. Ben Pinkelman also was in there. This is just the back end of it. But Thomasine has been a go-to man also for the US all weekend long. The determination, the realisation by Madison, who's the captain, where the space was, and look at the strength. He gets over. USA aren't going to be kept out.
Crucial conversion from the sideline. Madison Hughes, one of the best in the business, just drifts wide. 7 points the difference. 3 tries to 2. It's half time. You saw the miracle on ice. Will you see the miracle on grass? Canada leading the USA 19-12 in the Singapore Sevens Cup final. USA have a penalty early doors in the second half. They go quickly. Here's Yosefo. Niua. Baker. Moonlight and Hideyama to beat. Baker inside. Too much pace. He's just far too quick. Perry Baker gets it done for the United States.
He had absolutely no right to score this. Perry Baker, Johnny Moonlight on the outside, shows him it too. There's the big Canadian captain. You know what? He takes it. The arm grab no good from both the captain and the sweeper, and this guy has home run speed. Perry Baker.
Madison Hughes ties it up. Perry Baker, he once had a contract with the Philadelphia Eagles NFL franchise. Injury meant he had to play arena football. Then he found rugby. Crossover athletes queuing up in America to play this wonderful sport. What a final. 19 apiece. Still 5 minutes 44 left in this gold medal match. Who's going to blink first? Niua sends it to the far side. Hirayama's lifted high. Canada have the ball. Fualefa. Isaac Kay's out there for Canada off the bench, and there's been a knock-on at the breakdown, so more good field position for the USA. Big momentum shift in this game, Carl.
Folau Niua for the second time came in from sweeper and introduced himself at the ruck time. Great timing. I can see why he's showing the battle scars. He is throwing his body everywhere. And what a tough place to defend. You can go right, the near place, bottom of the screen to Perry Baker. We'll go to the top where Martin Yosefo hasn't had many opportunities on attack as yet.
Madison Hughes goes the short side. He's got Baker outside him. Goes the offload. Perry Baker buys some time. Thomasine, Niua. They've got some numbers here. Yosefo tries to step inside for Fualefa. Lucas Hammond helps him out. Niua to Thomasine. Danny Barrett. Hands off Moonlight. Goes the offload. Big physical stuff from Barrett. Ball's come out the side of the ruck. Penalty USA. They go quickly. No, they don't.
Now the USA are starting to introduce their physical approach to this match. Ill discipline starting to cost this Canadian team, and they've leaked 19 points so far. They cannot afford to lose this next score. They've got to D up.
You get the feeling this is a crucial time of the match. Can Canada keep the USA out? Niua. Thomasine heading towards Perry Baker. Thomasine juggles it. Is he over the line? Referee wants a chat to his assistant.
See over the line, hold up.
I haven't seen the ground there.
Haven't seen the ground. Timo, please.
We'll go to the television match
Jordan.
official.
Well, Thomasine had Perry Baker on the outside to start, decided to back himself. Mike Fuller foul. Harry Jones are the tacklers for Canada. Still got that. That's well short there. This might be a piece of great defence as they needed to, the Canadians.
Well, Mike Fualefa scored a try to seal the semi-final win against England. Has he come up with a tackle here to keep the USA out in the gold medal match?
They can't give it on that evidence. The ball was up for mine. They've done an absolutely outstanding job, the Canadians.
No try, held up.
Held up.
Held up.
Thank you. No try. Held up.
Canada survive for now.
Short of the line has to release.
We deemed it held up over the line.
Over the line?
Yes.
Madison Hughes just asking the question, did the tackler need to release? But because they were over the line, didn't have to.
Well, I think, for me, you just get this out to number 11 and let him go to work.
Calm refereeing from the Australian Jordan Way in his first cup final. Loose pass. Harry Jones is onto it. Here come Canada. Moonlight, Hirayama. And here's Justin Douglas. Really good tackle from Perry Baker. All-round rugby sevens from Baker here. Fualefa. Jones on Thomasine. Thomasine just hangs onto his coattails. Isaac Kay, tape around the head, steps off the left. Back to Harry Jones. 2 minutes 20 to go, 19 all. John Moonlight, most experienced Canadian Sevens player of all time. Hideyama steps inside. Just scragged by Yosefo, still going Hideyama. Hammond has it. Hammond, he's through! Lucas Hammond from the Toronto Nomads has put Canada back in front inside the final 2 minutes of the gold medal match in Singapore.
Well, we spoke about that moment of defence, and it was brilliant from the Canadians on their own line. They stopped the USA, they forced them to a scrum, they put pressure on, they got the turnover, and the end result is this: after copious amounts of passing and support play, they kept their composure, they used their self-belief, which their coach asked for, and they take the lead.
24-19, conversion to come. Hideyama knocks it over. 7 points the difference, back to where we were at the break. A minute remaining. What's going through that man's mind? Carlton Hunter, the Yorkshireman, Damien McGrath.
Oh, it's all about kick-off, isn't it? This is where Canada have been so good, especially in the first 7. But you know what? The United States are the best on the circuit this series.
Bumped into Mike Friday about an hour ago. He said, restarts decide the game. Who's onto this one? Ben Pinkelman. But there's a knock on, and Canada have it. Nathan Hideyama, time and time again, puts the ball where his chasers want it.
Well, he is just such a talent, Nate Hideyama, to be able to execute under the most extreme pressure. It's been absolutely outstanding. Lucas Hammond, the try scorer for Canada, just down there. But all they need to do here, Canada, is get a stable scrum. The clock is still ticking. Have a couple of rucks and then kick the ball into row 217, and the cup is theirs.
Canada, moments away from making history. 10 seconds to go. Hammond feeds the scrum. Back to Hideyama. 6 seconds, all he needs to do is run it out, and he will do that. Canada have kicked the ball over the sideline, and they have made history. They have won their first ever cup final in their 140th event on the HSBC World Rugby 7 Series. What a performance in the gold medal match.
Well, Singapore has proven once again this is a stadium for first timers. Last year Kenya got their first ever cup final win, and this year the Canadians break their long drought. Damien McGrath orchestrated a win for Samoa last year in Paris. Now he comes to Canada and gets their first ever cup final win. Congratulations, Canada, you deserve it.
Don't they ever? 26-19. Canada have beaten the USA in the Singapore Sevens Cup final. Canada have broken through. Disappointment for the USA, but they know what this means. They did this in London 2 years ago when they won their first ever cup final. An extraordinary performance from Canada. Today they beat New Zealand, England, and now arguably the form team here, the USA, to take out the main event. Both of these teams joined the series way back in 1999. It's taken that long for Canada Sevens to win their first one. We're going to go pitch side now and get a bit of a reaction. And we'll start with the Canada captain, John Moonlight. He's with Melody Robinson.
John, I can see the smile on your face. It's been a long time coming. How good is that?
It's hard to put words into actually how it feels. You know, we took a licking from Fiji yesterday, and took a licking from the coach and from our players ourselves, and we showed up today, showed the world that, you know, we can make it at this stage. We can beat anyone. Beat 3 of the top 4 teams over this last little bit here. So we're flying. We're hopefully going to be good to go for London and Paris now.
And does it make it better when you're playing a team that you have so much history and knowledge of?
I mean, they've been playing really well this year, so the chance that we can get to go out there and beat them is awesome, and just happy for everybody.
And when you heard that final whistle, what were your first thoughts?
I don't know if I can use the words that were in my head on TV right now, but it was an unbelievable feeling, and just so proud for all the guys here and how hard we've worked over the last year.
And celebrating tonight?
I'm sure there'll be a little bit of a celebration, yeah.
Well done, so awesome to watch.
Thank you very much.
John Moonlight, so composed. His 56th event on the HSBC World Rugby 7 Series. Here's the tale of the tape, Carlton Arna.
Well, they really did dominate passes, didn't they, this Canadian team? Possession kick too, but it was smart. But let's go down to the player of the final, and it's a well-deserved one.
Nathan Hirayama, well done. Jason Robinson obviously handing over the trophy to you, another legend in the game of sevens. Well, firstly, your initial reaction to your first ever gold medal win.
Oh, I'm speechless. I'm so proud of the boys. We've been working so hard, a lot of us, for a long time on this team, and it just feels so good to put a tournament together and get it. So,
what was the key this time? What was different?
Yeah, I don't know. I think we got a bit of a kick in the butt after last night against Fiji. They hammered us, and it was a bit of a wake-up call, and we just told ourselves we were going to come out hard this morning, and we just kept rolling. So,
what exactly did the coach say to you? I hear he gave you a bit of a licking.
Oh, we set high standards for ourselves, and basically just said that wasn't good enough, and we all agree. We took it on the chin, and hopefully he's happy now. So.
And your performance too against New Zealand, excellent. What were your thoughts after that?
Oh, I was just happy we got the win. We beat New Zealand a handful of times in my career, so it was special to get the win.
Well done, congratulations.
Thanks very much, thank you.
What a wonderful player he is, Nathan Hirayama. Crucial to everything that Canada have done this weekend. The leading Canada point scorer of all time. Recently overtook the mark set by the great Phil Mack. And what a moment for him, the HSBC player of the final.
Well, the thing that really stood out for me, what both his captain, Johnny Moonlight, and Nate Hirayama said, is that it's not about day one. You've just got to give yourself an opportunity. It's about day 2, resetting and giving that self-belief, getting together, working out a plan and sticking to it. And now it paid off with him.
It certainly did. 140 times Canada have turned up at sevens events. Only twice have they made the final, and they finally won one. And all those clubs across Canada these players represent, in Toronto and Vancouver, British Columbia. What will this mean, Carl, for the development of Canada Rugby? Because let's not forget, they had their Olympic funding pulled just 3 months ago. They were told they need results. They've got to consistently be in the top 10. What could this do for Canada Rugby as a whole, not just sevens?
Yeah, it's a great launching platform, isn't it, for this Canadian Sevens. Vancouver have got a spot on the HSBC 7 Series. Now, that's been outstanding the last couple of years. Now the home team and the men's are starting to compete, starting to get the results. And there's no better way to say, hey, look at us, we've just won a cup final. No other sevens Canadian team can ever say that. They're the first, they go in history, their names are down in lights.
Sunday night lights on Easter Sunday here at the National Stadium in Singapore. As the presentation begins, there's Richard de Carpentier. He got injured on day 1 for England, who picks up the bronze medal here. Congratulations to them. It's not the one they wanted, but they fell to Canada in the semi-final. The Glover brothers, what a moment for them this weekend to play together, Harry and Will, in this England Sevens team. And there's Dan Norton, world record try scorer, broke that mark set by Collins Injera in Hong Kong last week. James Rodwell, Most experienced England Sevens player of all time, and the team led with distinction by Phil Burgess. And this is tough for the USA. Runners-up in the Singapore Sevens Cup final, and Madison Hughes will lead them up to collect their silver medals.
Well, another team that after day one had to reassess. They lost their last pool game against New Zealand, weren't happy with their performance. Come out on day two and absolutely beat Fiji hands down. From there, their confidence went through the roof. Outstanding semi-final. And the comeback that they had to make in this final was absolutely outstanding. It speaks volumes of their character in their squad, no doubt about that. And they'll come back and they'll reassess, and they'll be here again, I'm sure.
Martin Yosefo collects his medal, and here's Perry Baker, crowd favourite wherever he goes. His double was not enough, shakes the hand of Bernard Laporte. Stephen Thomasine, what a tournament he's had, and Ben Pinkelman, back from shoulder surgery in Las Vegas. They have done their country proud. 3 cup semi-finals in a row and a cup final. It's not far away a gold medal for the USA on this series.
We must keep in mind too, Rupert, very soon in 2018 we have a World Cup in North America in San Francisco. So to have their homeboys, USA, the Canadians, in this type of form coming into North American World Cup, look out.
What a moment for these men, collecting their gold medals as winners of the Singapore Sevens. Matt Mullins got the try scoring started. Harry Jones got their second. Mike Fualefau their third. It was all Canada in the first half. And John Moonlight, the captain, with a gold medal around his neck, gets a pat on the back from Bernard Laporte. And here's the moment that these men, and many others such as Zach Test and John Moonlight with the trophy in his hands. Harry Jones and Nathan Hirayama alongside Canada are the gold medal winners of the HSBC Singapore Sevens. They've won their first ever title on the series. What a moment for Canada Rugby. And as has become tradition at the end of finals day on the Sevens series, all the medal winners will join together as one for a final photograph. England with the bronze, USA with the silver, and Canada with their first ever gold medal. Let's get up to date with the World Series table. South Africa still with a very healthy lead in top spot. Fiji second, closely followed by England third. New Zealand there in fourth. There are the USA in fifth spot, on course for a highest ever finish on the Sevens World Series. Australia in sixth, and look at Canada, 22 points here, up to seventh on 76. Argentina, Scotland and Wales round out the top 10. Russia keeping ahead of Japan in the relegation position. Let's check in with the DHL player tracker. Tackles, breaks, offloads and carries decides this, and the Welsh captain Sam Cross leads the way. He's had a big weekend. Sowajima, crucial for Japan. They picked up a couple of important wins here too. Mark Robertson, who scored his 100th try here in Singapore, he'll never forget this event. Herman Davidoff and the New Zealander Regan Ware as well. And here are our winners. Damien McGrath, the new head coach in his first season as the coach of the Canada Sevens, holding that trophy proudly with John Moonlight and Harry Jones and Nate Hirayama and all the other Canada Sevens boys alongside him. What a moment as Damien McGrath is raised aloft. Canada have won their first ever cup final. What a weekend it's been in Singapore. And it's a weekend in Singapore that Canada will never forget.